Yeah, we are simps. We were programmed to be simps since birth. Listen up. Alright, so here are the reasons why mainstream media and society turned us into simps. Moms trained us to care. She did everything for us. She cared for us. She simped for us. She did everything to make sure we had the best chance in life. She cradled us, fed us, comforted us, loved us unconditionally, and sacrificed her time, money, and life for us. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go back to sleep, you're being bombarded with different messages and images that are designed to mold your way of thinking. Throughout our schooling years, we are conditioned to follow rules, obey authority figures, and conform to societal norms. We start by obeying our parents, then we move on to teachers and bosses. But now that you know all this, you need to unlearn all those behaviors that were detrimental to your progress. You were conditioned to be a slave, but now it's time to break free. You were trained to be what they wanted you to be. Over time, you start believing them, you start trusting them. Do as you're told, don't ask questions, be a good little obedient boy. But now it's time to stop being their workhorse. Enough is enough. You are the only one who deserves love. You are the only one who deserves kindness. You are done being a slave. You are done working for pennies while they live in luxury. They were all pawns in a game that you didn't ask to be played. Now you know how you were conditioned to be a slave. Use this knowledge wisely. Stop caring, stop favors, stop helping, stop spending, start saving and investing. Care for the most important person who truly deserves it. They will make you feel guilty for not caring, for not simping, for not giving in to their demands. Spread the word, awaken the others, man up and take it. You start thinking the way they think. Before you know it, you've become one of them. The most dangerous weapon of mass destruction is education. You were born into a cage. You've been trapped ever since. But now you know the truth. Mainstream media trained you to be extorted. We all have been trained to be simps. Don't let them make you feel guilty for simply trying to survive in this world. You were trained to be what they need, but guess what? They lied to you. You will save, invest, and retire early. You were trained to be a workhorse, to be an ox that pulls their cart. They will promise you power, money, sex, or whatever else they think will tempt you. You are strong, you are powerful. You are not a victim. Awaken. Others will follow. Remember, you are worth more than anything they could ever offer you. Don't be afraid to reach out to them for help and support. You are done being selfless. You are done caring. You are done doing favors. You are done helping. You are done spending. From this day forward, you will put yourself first. You will stop being a doormat. You will stop being a simp. They don't teach you that you are allowed to say no. You can refuse to pay. You can stand up against these parasites. You will go abroad if you have to. You will let it all collapse. You will walk away and stay safe. You will be labeled a conspiracy theorist or a crazy person. But the truth is that you are not crazy. You are simply awake. You are the most important person in your life. You are the only one who deserves care. They want you to be obedient, compliant, and submissive. The rest of the people are irrelevant. They don't matter. Now they will try to silence you, discredit you, and control you, but you can't let them win. But behind closed doors, they laugh at you for being so gullible and naive. They know exactly what they are doing. Meanwhile, you are blissfully unaware. All you are doing is repeating what you've already been told. You're not learning anything new. All you're doing is memorizing facts and figures that you will eventually forget. All they care about is turning you into a good little worker drone that will obey orders and ask questions. They don't want you to think for yourself or question their authority. You go to school ready to soak up all the knowledge that your teachers have to offer. Don't give up. Don't be a simp. Resist the system and take back control of your life. This is the biggest lie they have told us. You are not free to choose whatever truth you want to believe in. You are a puppet and they are the puppeteers. It is time to wake up and realize that you are not as free as you think you are. You are trained to work hard, spend little, and save for retirement. Listen, we live in a society that glorifies simping. In fact, we are taught to believe that everything is a lie and that we are free to choose whatever truth we want to believe in. In such an environment, it is difficult for men to develop a healthy sense of masculinity. They want you to be a mindless drone that does as you are told. You were set up from the very beginning. Now you know how you were programmed to be a simp. We have all been trained to be submissive, obedient, and compliant. It's time to stop being their workhorse. Whatever the case may be, the end result is the same. Retire early, go abroad, let it collapse, and walk away. Stay safe. The best revenge is living well. Just like any religion, it has its rituals that you must practice in order to belong. If you don't, then you're branded a troublemaker. As you begin to wake up, you'll realize that the world is full of snakes. Some of them are disguised as your friends, your purpose in life, and she still leaves you for a better provider or just leaves you for the fact that you are only worth as much as the money you have in your bank account. I've seen it happen countless times, yet men still fall for it. As soon as they step foot into this world, they're receiving gifts, jewelry, clothes, toys, whatever they want. The worst part is we don't even realize it's happening. We become robots. We lose our sense of self, identity, and purpose. When they notice that you are waking up, they will try to guilt trip you into submission. A person without friends is nothing in our society. That's why everyone conforms, everyone obeys, and find unhealthy ways of releasing it, which leads to violence, crime, and depression. Where are they allowed to release their pent-up energy? Sports, video games, war. In short, you are trained to be a mindless zombie. So we started off at a disadvantage, which is why all men turn into simps from their mother. This is where it all begins, but it doesn't end there. Even if it meant sacrificing her own happiness for our sake, they will try to make you feel like the bad person for wanting to take care of yourself. If you show weakness in any form, then you're mocked. You're called a crybaby or a loser. You're supposed to be the rock of the family. Your boss pays you just enough to survive and then makes you work 5 out of 7 days of the week. Why? Because mom programmed us to do so. This is why we blindly follow rules that make no sense. But don't let them do it. If you haven't noticed this yet, then pay attention. You should strive to make her proud. That is not what I am saying. There are some good doctors out there, yes, but that's the exception, not the norm. What I am saying is that you can't blame your mom for making you a simp. Don't forget this next time you're listening to someone else's nonsense. They will try to scare you into submission. By threatening you with violence, with social ostracism, or with whatever else they think will make you comply. Society trained us to work, bow, be a utility, and man up. Why? Because we are taught to comply, obey, and be a good little worker bee. School trained you in obedience, compliance, workforce preparation, with no self-discovery. Do not ignore what I'm about to tell you in this video. This is very serious. You must listen to every word I say or regret it forever. That they should walk on the outer side of the road, basically that they should sacrifice their own comfort. For the womanese comfort, they trained us to go through life to be extorted by everyone. Mom trained us to care, society to work. School trained you to be obedient and compliant. We can't even make decisions that affect our own lives. But don't let them intimidate you. Don't let them threaten you into doing what they want. Remember, you are not alone. There are others who are also waking up. Doctors hand out these addictive drugs like candy, yet they refuse to treat the actual root cause of the problem. And finally, they will try to bribe you. They will offer you things that they think you desire in order to get you to do what they want. But don't let them corrupt you. Don't let them bribe you into submission. It doesn't matter if something doesn't feel right or doesn't make sense. Don't be a simp, man up, take it and don't defend yourself. A real man would be pillaged by them. Take it like a man and be extorted. The man provides, lives poor and owns nothing. Don't be a slave, don't be a simp. Fight back and take what is rightfully yours. Don't let them destroy you. Others rebel against the system in every way. They can think of, but they still remain slaves to the system nonetheless. We are taught to put the needs of others ahead of our own and to suppress our natural instincts and desires. They are trained to steal our money, our dignity, our future, our family, and our happiness. They trained us to pay for everything, pay for healthcare, pay for education, pay for roads, pay for defense, pay for politicians to get laid, pay for wars. But you know what they don't teach you. But that's not what they want. They want you to be a good little slave. They want you to work hard and spend your money on them. If you wake up and realize what is happening, you will become a threat to the system. You have opened your eyes and seen the matrix for what it is. You have to keep fighting for your freedom, for your dignity, and for your future. We are taught to think a certain way and to believe a certain set of values. In fact, we are taught to believe that everything is a lie and that we are free to choose whatever truth we want to believe in. Do you see how contradictory that is? This is what they want you to think. You wake up every morning excited to learn and discover new things about the world around you. But what you don't realize is that you've already been taught everything there is to know. You're not discovering anything new. It's all a big illusion. There is no real education in this system. Every day you wake up and you head to school to receive your daily dose of programming. Teachers repeat the same phrases over and over again. Memorize them. You are a product of your environment, and your environment has been carefully designed to turn you into a simp. From the moment you are born, you are programmed to be submissive, obedient, and compliant. You are taught that this is the only way to be a good citizen, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Your beliefs have already been pre-packaged for you. After that, it's a matter of simply complying with everyone's demands. We turn into shells of our former selves, empty vessels that can be filled with whatever garbage the powers that be want to fill us with. We accept it as normal, as natural, as something we must endure. Men are encouraged to suppress their natural instincts and desires in order to please women. Phrases like man up and be a gentleman are used to shame men out of their masculinity. Instead, we are forced to conform to the female standard, which means providing, pleasing, and simping. The interesting thing is that both men and women participate in this simping culture. Most guys will simp for girls, while most girls will simp for the guy with the most status, money, and power. The sad truth is that we are all simps in one way or another. We are taught that if we don't behave this way, we will be punished. For men, this punishment may come in the form of social ridicule or violence. For women, it may take the form of being labeled as a whore or other derogatory terms. We are all trained to be simps, and it starts from the top. You have been a slave to society since birth. Society is the new religion. If you don't, you're a freak, you're an outcast, you're a nobody. We are trained to work until we drop dead, to eat the foods that are fed to us, to buy the products that line the pockets of greedy corporations. But the craziest part of it all is that we are told to bow down to the ones who abuse us. Let's use women as an example. Men are taught that they should open doors for women, that they should pay for the bills, but here's the kicker. Where does it stop? What if you end up sacrificing everything? Your finances, your time, your family. I know a guy who sacrificed his entire life for a woman and got nothing in return but misery and suffering. Women are raised to believe that they're princesses who need to be waited on. They're spoiled rotten. In many families, daughters are the favorite children. Sons are taught to be warriors. They're taught to fight in the battlefield. But where are the sons allowed to vent their frustrations? Unfortunately, modern society promotes pacifism and weakness. So instead of having a healthy outlet for this testosterone-fueled drive, we're forced to repress it. If you're a man, you are supposed to suppress your emotions and hide your feelings. At the same time, you're told to be emotionally available for your partner. Wait, what? We are also told to ignore our intuition and to replace it with logic. We were dependent on her. She was our sole provider and protector. Your mom did everything for you, and she deserves every ounce of love and respect. She passed down the simping behavior to you because she herself was a simp. This is why you see millions of single mothers that have been abandoned by deadbeat dads that still put their kids before themselves. Now, this might seem like an admirable trait to have, but the problem happens when you start putting other people's needs above your own constantly, and it happens even more when you get used to other people's needs and you become overly attached to doing things for them because of your mommy issues. It's not love, it's addiction. You are addicted to doing things for other people because you were programmed to be a simp since birth. See the pattern? The world around you is built on servitude and control. The government taxes your hard-earned money. Our natural freedoms are being stripped away every day, but guess what? We're okay with it. We're trained to obey authority figures. Mom told us to always listen to daddy, to listen to teachers, to listen to authority. You will notice this everywhere you look. We are trained to do whatever it takes to keep the peace, even if it means being miserable. No wonder the divorce rate is so high. People feel suffocated by their own marriage. We cannot even think for ourselves anymore. For example, there are over 100 billion pills prescribed each year in America alone. Why? Because they don't care. They're just following orders. Same thing goes for lawyers, bankers, politicians, cops, and so on. Most of them don't care. They just follow orders. We are trained to do what we're told, even if it kills us. Our mom trained us to care, simp, be loyal, and provide. Our entire lives are dictated by those above us. In conclusion, you are a product of your environment. You are a sum of your experiences.